Hey guys and gals, in this video I'm going to show you how you can add some sizzle to your websites with video backgrounds. And this is something we can do inside of HighLevel very easily. The feature allows you to add it to sections, rows, or columns. So a lot of flexibility there. So imagine if you have a website like this restaurant website. This is one of the HighLevel templates that we provide. And you've got a nice picture of a big juicy steak on there. Now, imagine if instead of a picture of a steak, you had a video of the steak. It's nice and juicy. You see the flames in the background. It's just a much more appealing for certain types of websites like these restaurant websites. Maybe if you have a car website, having some videos of the cars in the background, or a real estate website, you have some properties showing in the background, beautiful scenery. And so these can be very powerful if you add them to your websites as far as getting people more engaged, getting their emotions going. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set this up, and I have a pro tip, so make sure you stay tuned. I have a pro tip that's going to allow you to really reduce the size of your videos because videos can be very heavy. I really recommend that you don't abuse this, don't use video backgrounds for a ton of different sections in your websites and things like that. But even just with one section, videos can be very heavy. So I have a pro tip. I'm going to show you how you can cut your video size by half or even more. And then on top of my pro tip, I have a pro tip that's going to just a lot of people don't think about when it comes to video backgrounds. So let's just jump straight into it. I'm going to show you how it's done, and stay tuned for the pro tip as well. And I'll see you on the other side. So we're inside of our dashboard. We're going to head over to sites and websites. And I've already got this restaurant site here loaded up. So we're going to head into the home page. And once we get into the editor, so we want to replace this top section image. So I'm going to click in here, and you can see we're in the green, which is the entire section. And then if we head over to the right settings, you can see I have my image settings here. Now, if I click video, it's going to give me the option to add a video URL here. And then we can just click in here. I've already got my video uploaded, but if you don't, you can upload your video. I do normally recommend making use of folders so you can keep things more organized. So typically we'll have it in a video folder, and then that will be broken down as well. But in our case, I'm just going to upload it here. And so now you can see we've got our video here. It's not playing in the preview, but if I preview this now, you'll see that it is showing. So there you can see the video is loading right away, but you'll notice it's not filling the space here. So let's go back in here, and we've got a couple different options there. So the first option is fit. That means it's just going to fit the video and keep the same aspect ratio of formatting, and that's why it's not filling the space here. The next option is fill. That's going to fill, but you can see that it's completely stretched and distorted. It's just filling the space here. The ideal option you'll probably use for most cases is cover. This is going to just make it fit in here without any distortion. So it's going to fill the space, but it's going to not distort the aspect ratio. And so in most cases, this is what you're going to want to use. Another handy feature that will allow you to do things like have a lower quality video because of the video size. So you can use these overlays, and there's a light fade, a half fade, or a heavy fade. And the nice thing about this is it can allow you to use a lower quality video, and having this overlay, people won't be able to notice that the quality is not as good. In many cases, that can allow you to save the size of the video, which means your page load is faster. Also, depending on the video, it may not be as important to have a quality video, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And then lastly, we have video loop. That's just going to allow the video to play over and over again. So now let's just put this on a light fade, and let's save this and preview it, and we'll see how it looks in the front end of the browser. So there you go. It immediately starts playing, and that just looks juicy. It's making me hungry just by looking at it. You also have the option of adding a video thumbnail. So I'm not sure that's really necessary because it does start playing right away, but you can experiment with that and see if you want to do that. And to add that, you just click on the icon there and then upload on your video. So I'm just going to leave that as it is for now. And that's really it for video backgrounds. I will show you too that you do have the option of doing it on rows. So we can come in here to rows and we can add it. as well as, and then we have the same setting options here, so we can cover that as well. And then if we want to add a heavy fade, half fade, or whatever, you may want to do a different setup and make your colors different for your fonts, things like that. And then also we have the option here of adding it inside of our column. So inside of the column, we can go into video and then select our video here. And then we'll also cover this. And so in this case, we would want to delete the image most likely. If you have text and things like that, you'll probably have that there, but you can delete the image now. And then now let's save and preview that. And so here you can see we've got it in our main section. Here we have it in a row, and then here we have it in a column. So once again, I really urge you not to go crazy on this, because having too many videos on your page is definitely going to impact your page load times, and that's going to impact your bounce rates. People may not stick around that long. If you have a slower website, they're not going to convert as high. So just use this sparingly. In some cases, it's worth the trade-off to have a really great video here to really engage people, and for a small trade-off in speed. So the pro tip I want to show you is there's a free software. It's called Handbrake. So you can go to handbrake.fr. You can download this for Mac. I believe it's also available for other platforms, but I've only used it for Mac. So it looks like you can use it for Windows and Linux as well. And this is, again, it's free. It's super easy to use just out of the box. Really what this does is it's going to compress your videos, and you can really save up to 50% or so without any noticeable loss. So it's really just as simple as dragging your video in here. And right now my video is 12.4 megabytes. So what I'm going to do is you can use different pre-made settings. Usually the ones that come out of the box are good. So this is a 1080p 30. You can have different preferences for the web. So I just do that. You can do 720p if you wanted to kind of lower the resolution a little bit. I usually do 1080p, and I don't mess with the settings too much other than that. But if it's a background image, you're most likely not going to be using audio. So you can head over here to audio, and then you can just select none for your audio, and that's going to remove the audio channel. So that's super awesome, because usually on background images you don't need audio, so that's going to allow you to make the file even smaller. And then you just click start. It says the file already exists, so we're going to have to change the name to no audio background, and then we can click the play button here, and it will take just a moment to update this. Once this is done, then it saves this with the new formatting. So we're all done here, and looking at my system, the new video size is 6.4 megabytes. So we cut it down by just about half. So by not needing to have our audio on here, and then even just by running it through Handbrake for compression, we're able to cut our video size down quite a bit. And that was on a video that's 12.4. So imagine if you had a larger video, higher resolution, that's going to be a huge savings for you. So I really recommend taking the extra step to run it through Handbrake. And if it's something like this where you have a background video where you're not using audio, make sure to remove that audio channel as well. So that's it. It's super simple to use video backgrounds inside of HighLevel. And again, use it sparingly, but it is something that can really add a great effect to your website for certain type of websites. I probably wouldn't use it on sales funnels and things like that, just because you really want to focus on conversions optimizations. But if you have a website where a video background is going to really add to the effect of it, and don't forget to use Handbrake to compress your video so you can really get that file size down as small as possible, and that way you can really keep your page speed running as fast as you can.